Hello and welcome. My name is Cara of Cara Brandon Creations, and I am day 4 for the Tracie Fox collaboration, the December Daily Advent, and I am using tag number 4 for my project. Here's a quick look. It's a hinged triple tag, and let's jump in. Okay, let's take a look at the different pieces I am using for this project. I'm using tag 4 since it's the 4th day, so I'm going to use that as my cover tag. And on the back, I've printed some ticking paper, and this is from my Christmas palette, my seasonal Christmas palette kit. And then I've also printed some ephemera from that same palette kit. This is from Tracie's Festive Dispatch ephemera, and we're going to use a couple images from here, as well as this is my Vintage Santa ephemera, and I might, just depending on which images we want to use, I also printed this one as well, and this is from Tracie's Festive Dispatch, and we're going to use 2 of the Specimen cards. And then from the Christmas palette kit, I've also printed this tag page, and on the back I printed one of the journal pages from Tracie's kit. And then also from Tracie's kit I have this page, and then on the back from my palette kit I've printed this one. Now my printer was a little wonky, but also Tracie's are the A4 size, and my printouts are 8.5 by 11, but it's not going to matter because we're just going to trim out the part of the tag that we want. So I will have the different kits listed below. I think they coordinate perfectly, and so it's kind of fun to mix and match the 2 or 3 kits. Okay, so now I'm going to go and I'm going to trim and cut some things out, and I'll be back. All right, for this tag, mine is rounded and Tracie's is a regular tag. So I'm just going to, and it looks like it's going to be pretty perfect. So I'm going to cut this out, and then I'll use this as my guide to trim the corners. Looks pretty good. All right, for my third tag, I'm going to decide where I want this to go, and I think I kind of like right here in the corner. So I think I'll just trace around here, and then this will be my third tag. Okay, I'm gonna cut out, I trimmed out the specimen card, and now I'm going to trim the inside using my ruler and, what is this? My little slice tool. Not sure how the rounded corners are gonna go. We'll see how that goes. All right, I think that's okay. A little ink, and it should be okay. I'm also going to add some acetate in the window. All right, I'm going to do the same thing to this one. Okay, so now I'm going to add some acetate to the window. Just going to trim it down. And this will also add some structure to the frame. since these edges are really thin. Okay, and I'm just going to let that dry. Do the same one, same thing for this one. Okay, and I'm going to move on to cutting out some pieces for ephemera, and then I think it's just 2 images that I need. So I think he would look cute. I like him too. And then over on Tracie's, we have this gal. She's really cute. And then the Santa. So what if we do this one, or maybe that one, and this gal? All right, so I'm going to go trim those out, and I'll be back. Okay, let's add them to the frames. I'm going to have the Santa go with this one, and then she'll go with this one. I think I'm going to, that looks good. I was thinking maybe I'll just cover that word. So, yeah. There we go. That looks pretty good, and we'll glue him in. Okay, so we'll let that dry. And then next up, I need to cut out some ephemera bits for decorating. And then after that, I'm going to take these guys to my sewing machine and just do a little stitch around, and then we'll come back and assemble. Alrighty, I have all of the ephemera cut out. I forgot to mention that I'm also using the page with the ephemera, like all the delivery posts from Tracie's kit. I forgot to mention that. And did my stitching. I'm just going to trim off the excess of the thread. It was Tracie, I'm pretty sure, that I saw do the zigzag stitch on her tag, and I fell in love with it, and ever since then it has to be done. It has to be. All right, so thank you, Tracie, for the great idea. So let's see which one. I think this is going to be first because this is the main tag that I need to use, and then this is going to flip this way. Oh, and you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't look the same. When I cut this apart, this had the empty space, so I just picked another part of the page for the tag, and I like how the flower looks, so it turned out perfect. Okay, so let's assemble our tags. All right, this is going to go on the front. Looks like I have a little glue I'll have to deal with. This is going to go on the front like this, and then we're going to glue our next tag to the back of this. And when we get there, I want this to be a pocket, so I'm going to glue the 3 sides. All right, so let's just do the first part first, and then we'll go to the next page. You could also make this a tuck if you wanted to, or a pocket. That is completely up to you. I think for my cover though, I'm just going to glue this on the front. And then position it where we want it. I think that looks pretty good right there. Okay, so now we have our front, and let's glue on our second tag. And I'm going to glue the top bottom. If you wanted a tuck going this way, you could, but I'm going to do a side tuck. And I think I want this on this side. We'll stick that on. And then we're going to take this gal, and I want her to go like that. Try to decide where I want her. I think that's pretty good. And we'll glue this on. Just like that. And then we'll flip this like this. And then we will have this. Is what we want. Let's see. Or maybe this. Yeah, let's do that on this side. And then how about for this one, we do a top tuck. So I'm going to glue the side, the bottom, and the side. And we'll place, yeah, this will be fine. This just like that. Okay, so now our construction of our little accordion tag is pretty much set. Now it's just decorating. So here's the front, and we open it to this, and then there's the back, and then we can go this way and see the back two tags here. Pretty cute. Okay, so now we need to decorate. And we have all of these pieces, plus I'm going to pull out some of my mini Christmas ephemera that's also in my shop. And let's see what we want to do. I'm going to ink this up. Put this right here. And then how about special delivery? We need a little greenery. Oh, here we go. We have some bells. How about I put that right in the corner? Alright, might come back and add something else to the front, but there is the front so far. And then let's go to the center, and we can decorate this one. The Santa here. This is from the Vintage Santa ephemera. Let's go ahead and glue this guy here. That's cute with the circle. Would be special delivery. These little guys were on Tracie's, one of her, I'm not sure which page, but it had other pieces of ephemera. Really cute. Go on this side for that. And then we have these little kids from the mini ephemera. I'm going to put those in the corner. Like that. Cute. Okay, so that looks pretty cute. And then this one, was this the... Oh no, I just glued all of it on. And we need to do something here. Since she didn't cover it, I can put the kitty cat Or there's this piece that might work perfectly. Cute. And what else do we want? Merry Christmas on the top. Oops. That looks cute. Christmas mail. How about this green one? Okay, cute. And then here's this one, and this one is, did I do a tuck spot? I did. It's a tuck spot on at the top. We have this card, leave it. And we have this. Yeah, let's do this one. I gotta ink it though. And tuck that in. Cute. And we need, I think there's a tag. This one, Dear Santa. That might be cute here too. I think I'm just gonna staple and then we'll trim that off. And we have these two tucked right in there. Cute. That work here? North Pole mail. Maybe, maybe not. Christmas post. That might look cute right there. And then we could tuck in. This needs ink though. This and maybe go this way. Cute. I think we need Santa in the corner. Just this airmail label, that would be cute. That would work. Okay, that's the back. And then we open it this way. And this is the one with the side tuck. However, it's a little more difficult to get to, so maybe we don't tuck anything in there. I think I'm just gonna put this right here. And I have a little music page. It even has tape on it. I think I'm just gonna run some of that behind. Kind of like that. True vintage cello tape. Let's put this gap here. And then maybe Santa right there. And we have this Santa, and then that one, so we don't cover up her dog. We have a bunch of circles on this one. then I think, yep, we have this we could do. Double circle. Like that. Cute. All right, there's the front, the middle, the back page. Then I go this way and back to the front. All right, I'm gonna see if I have a couple things for the front and I'll be back. Okay, I did a few final touches. I've added some Tim Holtz stars and a number 4 dangle, a little Merry Christmas. And then from one of the Tracie ephemera pieces, I just got the top off and put that there. And then I went through the whole tag and added some crystal glaze to different areas of the tag just to give it a little shininess. So on the kids and Santa's jacket, on this little label, and right here, and then Santa's beard, and on this label, and then the teddy bear, Santa's jacket, the bird, the berries, and the bells on the front. So let's take a little flip. So there's this one, and that one, and then we have this with our double little pocket here, and here. And then it flips this way. We have this. And this is the front. How cute. All right. So that is the project for the December day Advent, day 4. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are and if you are going to make something like this for your December Advent. All right, check the links below and check out who you'll see tomorrow. And as always, I hope you have a wonderfully crafty day. Bye-bye.